newspapers, and also some of the online platforms. So I'm going to start with the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. And here, the front page, we have Kube fights Abe. And PNC opposes PNP registration by EC. Afrobarometer reports delivers mixed performance for Ghana. And behind it we have Ghana's Olympic journey of hope, determination. Yes, and that's what we have on the front page and back page of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special.
Right, and I have with me the Daily Guide, Saturday, July 20th, 2024. Provisional voters register ready, and that's by EC, and the story can be seen on page 3. And also, Mahama runs from Bawumia IEA debate. No transport fare increment, and that's by the transport unions. Nana charges youth to lead NPP campaign. Government rubbishes Ablakwe's 5.3 million Ghana cedis payment to Bulgarian embassy.
All right, and the front page of the Mirror, we have Dr. Yao Amor's part 2 urology, food preservation, 2 experts share tips for phone scam, cellmates extend jail term with 189,000 visa fraud. And also unique headpieces. And if you check in the middle, we have some stuffs that have to do with fashion, about the unique hairpieces, and also cargo pants and cargo skirts. That's trending right now when it comes to fashion.
Right, Chris, I have the Spectator newspaper now. King Paluta making waves with Makoma. Reverend Evan David set for El Emeth worship experience, and also postpartum depression, seek medical attention after childbirth. That's what we have on the front page of the Spectator newspaper this morning.
Right. Let's head over to GhanaWeekend.com. So if you have your phones or your tablets, you can actually join us as we go through the headlines together on GhanaWeekend.com. So I'm going to be starting. He paid for my secondary education. Celestine Donker celebrates Azuma Nelson's birthday. Feature, where is Akokwa? King Paluta has broken the one-hit wonder curse with Makoma, and that's part 1 of this. And then singer Lamar pays tribute to Don Jazzy in new single. Mozambican legendary rapper breaks into Afrobeat with new summer hit Fala Como Homen, which translates Speak Life a Man. And also Nollywood legend Aki divorces wife after 11 years of marriage.
Right, Chris, I also have still on GhanaWeekend.com. My mother's daily struggles inspired my success, and that's by Rema. Guinness World Record Danceathon. Danceathon attempter gives up after 131 hours. And also Ira Star spotted with Hollywood legend Will Smith. Dubai princess divorces her husband. And Indian social media influencer dies after falling into 300-foot valley. 2024 Paris Games, Rihanna's beauty brand to serve as premium partner.
Right, and police arrest man who allegedly had sexual intercourse with 14-year-old girl. And we also have Camilo Dezo's patrons of Legends and Legacy Ball with electrifying performances in Johannesburg.
Right, Chris, when we were going through the papers, I chanced on a story in the center spread of the Daily Guide. That's the News One entertainment portion. It says Kobe Spikey wins a $250,000 CAF lawsuit. Yesterday we talked about that on the entertainment segment on Breakfast Daily when a call was there. Rihanna announces 2024 Olympic Games partnership, and also KK Fosu accident victim buried. GTE is set for July 27th. I am not a thief, Paul Okoye. I don't know which of the stories you would want to touch on, but I want to touch on Kobe Spikey's lawsuit, CAF lawsuit. So let me just quickly run us through a bit of the story here. Ghanaian musician and producer Kobe Spikey has won a landmark lawsuit against the Confederation of African Football, and that's CAF, securing $250,000 award for copyright infringement. The ruling follows a 2-year legal battle over the unauthorized use of Spikey's music beats or Comfanoche by CAF for promotional purposes in 2022. The court ordered CAF to remove the infringing materials, awarded damages equivalent to $250,000 in Ghana cedis. In an interview on GH1 TV on Thursday, Kobe Spikey expressed satisfaction with the judgment, emphasizing his significance for the creative industry. This win is not just for me, but it's for the creative industry, for people to know that, hey, they can actually get something from their work, Spikey said. We've seen a lot of creatives end up dying paupers or retiring without enough money because people haven't really given them what they deserve. The story goes on and on. It's quite a lengthy one. So, yes, Chris, that's it. It has to do with intellectual property, where CAF used his song for promotional purposes, and that was way back in 2018. And I think a few years down the line, he has won a lawsuit against CAF. This is a big one for him. And I think moving on, we creatives, as well as other people in the industry, will take intellectual property and copyright infringements seriously because it's a big deal.
No, you see, the thing is that it's actually been a big deal, but just that because we've been, will I say ignorant? I don't want to use the word ignorant. We've just not known that these things are very, very serious. Do you understand? People actually put a lot to create. People put a lot to write. People put a lot to create songs and all of that. And then someone will just pick it up like that. And, you know, people pick these things up like that because they feel like Africa, we don't really know any of these things. But you don't know, even a title or even a brand name, you can actually go and, you know, copyright it, or you can actually go and sign it out there to say that no one can actually use this, but people do not know that at the end of the day. But it's a good one. It's a good one for all creative, and then we can all learn from that.
I think moving on, people will take a cue from it. And when you have intellectual properties, you have to just go and copyright it. And if anything happens, you can take them on, take a claim, and then, I mean, get a big deal like Kobe has, because $250,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him.
250,000. I think he could have gotten more. Jeez.
Oh wow.
It's CAF. It's CAF. Let's be realistic. It could have been millions.
Anyway.
Anyway, for me on The Spectator, this actually hit me, the postpartum depression. Seek medical attention after childbirth. And there are two articles about this. There's an editorial and there's another article about it. All right, so I'm going to start with the article. A specialist obstetrician gynecologist, Dr. Karen Renezu, has advised women who feel unwell after giving birth to see the obstetrician gynecologist immediately. That she said could be a condition known as PPD, or postpartum depression. In an interview with The Spectator about it following some concerns for some members about some mothers acting strangely after delivery, Dr. Zhu said PPD symptoms could include recurrent thoughts of death or suicide, adding that symptoms usually developed within the first weeks after giving birth and 6 months after birth. According to her, new mothers showing depression, mood or severe mood swings, withdrawing from family and friends, and excessive crying, loss of appetite or eating than usual, unable to sleep, and fatigued could be suffering from this. Other symptoms could include loss of interest or less interest in things that person used to enjoy before having the baby, a difficulty with bonding with the baby, getting very angry or irritable, and fear that she is not a good mother. I think this is actually a very serious conversation to be had. And a lot of women suffer this, and people, you know, tend to call them bad mothers. You probably have an evil spirit. Your village people are doing you and all that. But at the end of the day, a lot of women have PPD. It's not easy having a new baby sometimes, and all the attention is on the baby. You are not jealous of your baby, but it's just a natural thing that happens. And, you know, it's not every woman that suffers it, yes, but we are letting everybody know that it's important that you pay attention to new mummies. I was listening to one lady sometime, and she talked about her experience with PPD. Her experience with PPD was that she didn't like her baby anymore. And people were like, you're a bad mother. You don't care about... She left the baby and she ran away.
Yeah.
So basically, she was living in Abuja. Yeah. One morning, she just left the baby. Oh, yeah, okay, you guys say I'm a bad mother. Take. And went to Lagos. You can imagine how many hours flight... I mean, how many hours trip that is if it's by road.
I can understand you, and I agree with you 100%. I think many a times when new mothers or people give birth or put to bed, you go to the hospital with the excitement, with the joy. Oh, my friend has put to bed. My sister has put to bed. Let's go and see the new baby. And the moment you get there, you get carried away with the excitement of just seeing the baby. And what you do is, oh my God, how's the baby? That kind of thing. And you forget about the mother without even asking, how are you doing? Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? How do you feel? See, let's show new mothers some care. Let's show them love. When children are born, they go through a lot. Their body is changing, hormonal imbalances and all of that. We don't even remember to ask them how they are dealing with that. How they are dealing with the sleepless nights, how they are dealing with the sore nipples, how they are dealing with their breast not developing enough milk for the child and all of that. And tend to focus all on the child. It is high time we give some attention to new mothers, because postpartum depression is real. And the extent of things they can make mothers do will amaze you. Look at the story you are just sharing. Everybody would say all sorts of things to their mother without asking her what exactly she was going through and try to help her.
Yeah. And like you said, you know, a lot of things happens to your body when you get pregnant. Well, I'm talking from experience. I'm talking from experience. Even though like I was a bit younger, a lot of things still happen to your body. And you begin, if you were once a fit person, and having a baby just means that all that fitness is going to slack. So if you build muscles, all that muscles is going to go. And then it's like you're going to start all over again. Some people gain weight. Some people lose weight. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight because, yes, I was, you know, I stopped eating. And the focus was just on the baby. Right. You understand? And I didn't know I was harming myself. I didn't know if I had a problem or not. All I knew was I just stopped eating, I lost a lot of weight, and there's a little feeling of worthlessness during that time, especially if you're someone that has dreams. There's a little feeling of worthlessness, and that is because you probably have planned your life. By this time, I want to be here. By this time, I want to be there. And you are here with this big belly, like suffering. And you see, open, maybe that time there was no Instagram. But then imagine now you open social media, open Instagram. You're seeing your friends doing their thing. This person has been promoted to this person. And then you are just there. Oh, God, my life. Oh, what am I doing with my... You just feel worthless at that point. So all that is playing in your head. And I think also that's what causes that. And when we talk about suicide, a lot of people say suicide is not the answer. I want to say it now. We know it's not the answer, but it's a mental illness. You hear voices, and those voices, it's not as if you plan for them to come. So it's like fighting with different things within yourself. Right. So that's why it's very, 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 very important to pay close attention to mothers when they give birth. Baby is great, baby is wonderful, but remember, it's mother that carried baby. Without mother, the baby wouldn't have come, you understand? So let's just show them love. And men, buy them gifts.
Of course.
Buy them push gifts, cars and things. They deserve it.
Anyway, Chris, another story that caught my attention on GhanaWeekend.com is police arrest man who allegedly had sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old girl. So the story reads, the Ghana Police Service today arrested a suspect, Nana Poku PSC alias Kwabna, who was seen in a viral video claiming to have had sexual intercourse with a minor. It will be recalled that Kwabna boldly recounted how he slept with a 14-year-old girl from where she was in class 6 till she completed senior high school at Kumasi Academy. The pedophile shared his evil experience on Sompa FM while revealing that karma has come at him because a teacher has used the same tactics on his daughter. Many Ghanaians, including celebrities like rap icon Sarkodie and actress Lydia Forson, called on the police to arrest him. However, in a post on X, the Ghana police confirmed the arrest of Kwabna by indicating And this is a quote. The Ghana Police Service today, 16th July 2024, arrested suspect Nana Poku PSC alias Kwabna, who was seen in a viral video claiming to have had sexual intercourse with a minor. According to the police, the suspect is in custody, assisting police investigations. We wish to assure the public that the suspect will be taken through the due process of the law. So yes, that's what the story says on GhanaWeekend.com. Chris, when I saw this story in the course of the week, I was very furious. I don't know what other word would describe the rage I felt. I was so angry. The people in the office could testify. I was just ranting and all of that, because why would you go publicly on a radio station, television, anywhere? See, the act is even wrong in the first place. And to think a man has pride in going to sit on a public space to say that he had sexual intercourse with a minor, a 14-year-old girl for that matter, till she was out of senior high school. It is so wrong. You should even be ashamed of it. If per any chance it was a mistake, which wasn't even supposed to happen in the first place, so many years ago you have done it, you should be full of remorse and ask God for forgiveness. This is not something you should be proud about, to sit on TV, radio, social media, anywhere, or to even have a conversation with your friend, your colleague, or anybody about it. And now that karma is catching up with you because you think a teacher is trying to do the same thing to your daughter, you are recounting the experience and you are sharing it in a public space. He should be ashamed of himself. His family should be ashamed of him. His friends, everybody, even his wife, should be ashamed of him, because what kind of embarrassment is that?
Well, for me, on the contrary, for me, you were mad that he actually shared that. But I'm happy he shared that. I'm super happy.
Well,
I'm super happy he shared that, because it's now a lesson to everybody. Do you understand? It's now a lesson to the rest of, pedophiles like him, to know that it is wrong. Because I feel like the more we do not talk about these things, the more we try to cover up, waiting for God to forgive. Who is God forgiving? Wait, we have to deal with you first before God will forgive you. Do you understand? That's what I feel like. We need to deal with people like this first. So, and like, I also feel like there didn't need to be any public outcry before the police did their job. As soon as he was talking, the police is going there. That's what I felt. You understand? Because every day we have to wait for there to be a public outcry. Celebrities have to come in. Sarkodie has to speak. Lydia has to speak. You understand? And if we keep on doing that, then we're just going to be waiting for celebrities to speak for us. These things are not normal. We need to understand, men out there, we need to understand that anybody that is not above, the age of consent cannot consent to sex. As long as the person is a child, the person cannot consent to sex. So it is statutory rape. So even if you tell a person, oh, I want to do this with you, and she says yes, it is still rape. It is still defilement, because that person is underage. The person is not in the right sense. And probably you coerce the person. And coercion is also a form of sexual abuse. We need to keep talking about it. We need to keep teaching this. I'm glad you said it though. More people, in fact, the Holy Spirit should lead them. They should all come out and talk about it. We'll listen. Yeah, and for me, July is actually Fibroid Awareness Month. So on social media, a lot of celebrities have come out to talk about their fibroid experiences. Ini Dima Okoje, the Nigerian actress, did, and even Lydia Forson did. So on ChannelOne news.com, on the lifestyle side, we have actress Lydia Forson shares chilling story of suffering from fibroid for 10 years. And movie actress Lydia Forson has shared a chilling story about her experience of pain from fibroids for 10 years until she got the help she needed. The actress made this story known while celebrating Fibroids Month in a post she shared via X. To her, several women are going through similar pain, and their issues should be looked at. July is Fibroid Awareness Month. To the woman who had to live in constant pain, multiple surgeries, questions about children, if you are pregnant because of how you look, or the fear that you never will, you are not alone. I lived in pain for 10 years before I got help. Today, I'm grateful that I don't have to live in so much pain Grateful that no one else will find me in the bathroom floor too paralyzed to move. Grateful that I don't have to be rushed into emergency, and even more grateful that I'm alive to share my story when some aren't. My story is a lot complicated than I've shared, and this is just a summary. But to any woman reading this, I hope you are inspired to run tests, ask questions about your body, and also feel that you are not alone with things you have to live with, she said in a thread she shared on X. Yeah.
You know, a few weeks back or some months ago, we had a conversation here on the show about fibroids and the reason why it is important or there's a need for you to go and run a test.
Yeah.
There was a midwife here who shared with us lots of reasons. She mentioned that, look, you don't need to feel anything. You don't need to feel sick before you go and check for fibroids. It is important. Just walk into the hospital and tell them that you are here to run the test. Because early detection saves you. Early detection makes you know what you need to do to save yourself from going through all that. And it's not scary. We've talked about the fact that surgery is not scary. It's not a death sentence. Just go into the hospital, any health sector, a good one at that. Run the test. If you have it, they'll take you through what you need to do and what you need to know.
Yeah.
Women are going through a lot that sometimes when somebody says something like fibroid, when somebody says I have fibroid, the reaction is, oh my God, you like, it's like you've been pronounced a death sentence.
Yeah. I just feel like it's because of the ignorance.
Yes.
And like the woman that came here last time, because you know, she said when you talk about surgery, a lot of people think, oh, it's a big surgery or something is going to happen. I think that's why when people talk about fibroids, oh, I have fibroids, everybody's like. And the funny thing is that you don't necessarily need to feel any pain. You could be living with it.
Yeah.
It could be there. It could just be living in you. Because like, I just went to the hospital and then the woman was just playing with me and playing with my stomach. You know, doing all the tests, and then she was like, oh, this is how she speaks. Oh, it seems you have a little fibroid. Oh my God, fibroid. What do you mean by fibroid? Oh, she was like, calm down. It happens to a lot of black women. So that's when I had to go read about it. I had to read about it and then realize that some fibroids might not even affect you as someone else. You can still be able to have kids. It could just be there. It all depends on where it's growing and at the rate at which it's growing. Sometimes it blocks the womb completely, and sometimes it's in a position whereby if you get pregnant, it starts growing with the baby and it can suffocate the baby or, you know, cause some sort of harm. So it's very important. It's very important to go out there and run the test once in a while. Women that don't like going to the gynecologist, please try and do, like, you need to. Yeah.
Right. So that's all we have for you by way of the news review and online stories right here this morning.